This is weird. Hello, how are you doing? It's been a while. And by a while, I mean it's been over 2 years since I uploaded on this channel. So there's probably about 2 people watching right now. I'm gonna be real, I don't know if anyone's gonna be interested in this video. She dips for 2 years and then she comes back, just sprouts up like. But I didn't want to just come back and be like, hey guys, remember me? The girl that used to spend all of her disposable income on vinyl and merchandise and get shouted at by old men on the internet. Some of you are nice. But for my sake, and to ease myself back in, I'm doing this for me and for the handful of people that I've actually checked in over the last couple of years asking me on social medias if I'm coming back to YouTube, where am I okay? That was all very cute of you, thank you very much, I do very much appreciate that. Very, very cute to know that you acknowledged my absence, which not many people do, not gonna lie. So here's my answer to all the questions of have I been okay? No. When I tell you that life has been one giant clusterfuck for the last few years, wow. I mean, some of my closest friends don't even know what's been going on, and I'm literally sat here about to tell you, a stranger on the internet, what the hell's been going on in my life. Why I'm doing this, I'll never know. Let's talk about it. I've had breakups, breakdowns, riddled with anxiety, diagnosed with critically low self-esteem, a lot of therapy, and not only did I fall off the face of the earth on here, on social media, I did in my actual real life. I turned into a big fat hermit crab and I isolated myself harder than I ever did during COVID. So I guess life happened, things changed, priorities shifted, and here we are. It's been one hell of a roller coaster, I'm not gonna lie. The roller coaster keeps on going. Things that I didn't realise was gonna happen happened, things I never thought was gonna happen happened, but here we are. And I can tell you now, like sat here right now, I can tell you that I am very, very happy that everything that did happen has happened. Like, I'm very, very glad about it now. So we're okay. But I feel like now, sat here, and this is gonna sound sickly and cliche, but I'm better than I have been in a number of years, so this is why we're back, baby. Climbing back to the top and getting back in my bullshit. I'm finding happiness in things that I lost a lot of happiness in over the last few years, and also like things that I used to love. I feel like I'm going back and rediscovering things that I used to love in like 2016. I don't know how old I was in 2016, we're not going to talk about that. Does that mean I'm reverting rather than progressing? And one of those things that I feel like I've really fallen back in love with is YouTube and YouTubers and watching YouTube and YouTube videos. Like, I've been obsessed with watching just YouTube in general lately. She says literally wearing a Dan and Phil Back from the Dead top look. I freaking love Dan and Phil. I grew up on them. The resurrection of the gaming channel resurrected me. Okay, I love them. Back from the Dead anyway. It resonates. So watching YouTubers made that little spark come back that I missed, and I was like, I want to do this again. But to be honest, I never really left. Like, I've always been lurking, I've always been in the comments, I've always been like replying to comments and stuff like that. Saying that though, I have gone through my channel and privated a heck of a lot of videos, okay? So I don't actually seem to have much content on my channel at the minute because I've literally got rid of everything. You know, I've always wanted to come back, I never really wanted to leave. I got in my head about it and it ruined everything. I thought, have I left it too long to come back? And then I was like, what's the point in coming back? Like, nobody's actually gonna physically care about what I upload because I've left it too long. I mean, I didn't really have a massive audience anyway, so I was like, look, nobody is gonna care if I come back, so let's just not. And that was satisfying in my head for a while. But to be honest with you, I've missed this little corner of the internet that I created. I've always had like the odd burst of creativity even when I just didn't feel like I wanted to do anything. I'd have moments where I was like, I want to be a photographer, and I'd do like one photo shoot, post one photo on Instagram and then dip again for 6 months. Or I'd miss making vinyl videos, so I'd upload a few like unboxing videos to TikTok where I would love it for like a few weeks and then I would crawl right back on into my hole where I would disappear again, and that was another thing that bit the dust. I've been awful, I've been so bad. As I said earlier, I do really feel like I'm getting my motivation back and my creativity back and my like drive to actually make things again, so this is why I'm here. Oh my god, I'm not used to this anymore. I've got such pins and needles, but I knew if I came back that I couldn't make the same stuff that I used to make. I know I mentioned this when I was still making YouTube videos a while back, that like I felt trapped. I'd put myself in a box with like the content that I was making and things that people were interested in, but if we're gonna do this thing again, we're gonna change things up. You know, I started making vinyl and collecting videos when I was about 18. When I had disposable income, and you know, yeah, it did ruin collecting for me a little bit. Like I was buying things that I didn't really have much interest in just so I had something to show in a video. That's not to say I didn't enjoy making those videos, because I really did. That was a massive part of my life at some point. We're gonna have an open space here, like I'm just gonna come out and say like I was making a little bit of money out of it. And by a little bit I mean like pennies, but you know, I felt like we had a good thing going, and I just felt like I had to keep going and going and going and going with it, to the point where I got bored and it wasn't bringing me joy to do those kinds of videos anymore. So before I get the questions, because I feel like I'm gonna get them, let me answer them for you here. Am I still an MJ and Queen fan? Yes. Do I still collect vinyl? Yes. Do I still collect merchandise? Sometimes. If it's something I really want and I can afford it, then yes, I will buy it, but I am a little bit more selective now. Which leads me into another thing that I have managed to accomplish whilst being away, and something I still don't feel like I'm giving myself enough credit for. That's the low self-esteem thing coming out. I bought a house. Yes, on my own, 2 months after a breakup, I bought a house, and if that's not a fucking power move on my behalf, I don't know what is. So I decided something in my life needed to change. This is where I'm sat right now, by the way. This is my bedroom. So I thought to myself, in the middle of having a very shitty time, I thought, hey, what's a way to make myself feel better? I know, I'll do one of the most stressful things that I could have done and buy a house. Go big or go home. Well, I actually couldn't go home for 9 months straight because the whole entire process was ridiculous. It was awful. I didn't actually get the keys until about 9 months after I'd put the offer in. The whole entire thing was a shit show. So I didn't get the keys until about May 2023, and then for the rest of 2023 was spent decorating the place, where I attempted to make a renovation series on TikTok of me decorating my first house, until that also fell victim to me and was another thing that died. I actually only just moved in here like middle of November-ish, so I've actually only been in for about 3 months-ish. I do feel very lucky to be able to have done this. It's my little home, it's my little plot of the world. So there's still quite a lot to be done. The attic room above, I have a lot of plans for, which is going to be great. I am kind of maybe planning to do a little bit of like a decorating kind of video and stuff at some point of the attic room, because if you were here when I was doing merchandise and vinyl videos and stuff like that, that video might be of interest to you, because I do have plans for my collection for the attic room, so that's probably something you might be interested in, so you better stick around. That's a threat. That is a threat. Well, Brit, if you're not going to be making vinyl merchandise videos, what are we going to make? Listen, I'm not saying there won't be any vinyl and merchandise music related videos. It's still a part of my life. I do still collect. It's still something I absolutely love, so it would be kind of wrong of me to not incorporate that into some of my content coming up soon. So I'm not saying I'm never gonna make them, because I will. It just won't be the focused content of my channel anymore. In the last few years, I've discovered quite a lot of things that I love. I love reading, I love books, I love painting. Is that it? Films, I've got massively back into my films. I am a massive film nerd. Making short films, stuff like that is something I really want to have a go at. Watching films, how films are made, anything with Evan Peters in it, give it to me now. You know, I want to make videos about things that make me happy and things that I enjoy and things that I find interesting, all with a bit of dry, dark humour and a sprinkling of disaster along the way, and hopefully something that you will find entertaining. And you know, I might even make videos about things that I don't enjoy, like online dating. The stories I could tell, oh my god, I'm traumatised. I could make a full-on series about this shit, like, do not even get me started. It is traumatic out there. I can't sit here and say to you that there'll be a video every week. I cannot promise that. Hell, there might not even be a video every month. But I sure as hell will not be leaving it another 2 years. I don't think. So there you go, the video that nobody asked for. Can people still even manage to sit through long form content anymore? I think TikTok's ruined everybody's attention span. Anyways, if you are still here, thank you for watching. And even more so, if you are still here after I've abandoned this channel for the last 2 years, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. That really does mean a lot. I will not do that to you again. But I'm back, baby. Hold on tight. This is gonna be a ride. Okay. On an actual serious note, I'm absolutely crapping myself about uploading this and delving back into the world of like YouTube and stuff, but I really do miss being creative, and YouTube was the love of my life for like my whole entire teenagehood, and to be fair, it kind of still is. So I have missed this little space of the world. My therapist has recommended me be creative and make some stuff, as it is an emotional flow and release. I bloody love YouTube, always have, and I'm very excited to get creating again and actually make things that I feel proud of. So shall we end this with a brand new end screen that I've made? I think we should. So thank you guys for sticking around, and you will be seeing me pretty darn soon. Bye. Oh my god, I'm out of practice.